Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Happy Gatty Crypto here. So let's just jump straight into it. And the talk of the town is this $4.16 million worth of off-chain assets that have been found. And what I want to say to you guys is nobody actually found them. Do Kwon admitted to this actually in his coinage interview. It's mostly built up from AVAX. And it was mentioned in his other interview with another person that he did it with. Now, these funds are off-chain assets, and what I believe is the best route and the least resistive route to cause the most minimal amount of drama that could be created. Because, you know, all of the people that write these Medium articles, right, they all go over to that same kind of thing, don't they, with this whole quoting movies and things like that. So I'm going to quote a few like I created in my tweet. We all know what the ring did to Smeagol, okay? It turned him into Gollum. We all know what the dark side did to Anakin. It turned him into Darth Vader. We know that power corrupts and money corrupts with power twice as fast and twice as strong. Lunar Classic in itself is decentralized down to its core, and I've explained this time and time again. So what I now believe to be the most least resistive route to go is by taking these assets, okay, and then what needs to happen is the current multi-signature, the current holders of these multi-signature wallets will need to hand them over to people so they can be exchanged, okay? I believe handing them to Edward Kim, Tobias Anderson, Vegas, which is Pedro, as you know, and then Lunkdao, which gives 4 people that are fully trusted to do the right thing with these assets and not deviate from an agreed course. The assets should be exchanged for 50-50, Lunar Classic and USTC. A new pool should then be created to go alongside our 2 current pools, being the Oracle Rewards pool, the Community pool, and the Dev pool, which will be the new pool created. The funds are to be distributed to the 3 pools, and all assets are visible by the community, keeping them decentralized, again, down to its core. Okay, so 25% to the community pool, 25% to the Oracle pool, and then 50% of those funds to go to the Dev pool. So let's follow the Dev pool. The devs are able to then be paid per milestone on their work via Edward Kim's grant scheme, which has been built out and is the reason why Ed's stepping back from Terra Rebel so he can have a that neutral view, no conflicts of interest. Each work task should be voted on by the community, okay, not by 9 people, and it should be done by the governance system that has been built out to vote on consensus, okay, and all work should be outlined from start to finish, and then the work can be paid per milestone achieved on their outlined work plan, and then it's approved by the grant scheme. So then we're all in the know exactly where we're heading and how we're heading. I know a lot of people think that speed is essence, but, you know, it's not a lot of the time. And if we start running too fast and giving too much power to people, we will end up with someone that, there's so many issues that arise, like I've mentioned in my previous videos. So the community pool allocation will help community projects, and it will help, all the different projects out there with funding, and make them understand that funding is available if they wish to submit their projects to Ed's grant scheme. It's more incentive for projects and utilities to build on the chain, isn't it? So a thing to note with the dev pool is the dev pool probably is going to attract new devs on a subcontractor basis. If you don't know what that means, it's kind of, you get paid for the work you do and nothing else. If you don't do the work, you're not going to get paid. It's as simple as that. If your work is not very good, you're going to get your pay cut because you haven't provided what you said you were going to provide. The Oracle Rewards pool is so important, and it seems that, we've always talked about funding it. Okay, we've got funds available. Let's make use of them. Let's send some to the Oracle Rewards pool to ensure the future of the pool for both validators and delegators, which is you guys. The lifespan will increase of the pool from around 1.5 years, likely to at least 3 years. I mean, that gives us so much more time to think about what we're doing, where this is heading and stuff like this. So I think there's a huge confusion because everything but IBCs is fixed. Everything that was there before is fixed apart from IBCs and USTC being repegged, but USTC is one big ball of debt, as has been explained before. I honestly feel like this is the most least resistive route, and it may seem like I'm being a little bit self-centered, but I honestly believe this is the best route, is to have a pool for the dev work specifically, not for anything else. And loads of people are sitting there saying, well, the devs need funding. Yes, but not $4.16 million of off-chain asset, and this proposal doesn't outline in one way, shape or form that it funds the Terra Rebel system and devs, okay? It's all decentralized. Once we put $14.6 million worth of off-chain assets, as to which that proposal then allows them to dictate what gets worked on, what gets funding and what doesn't. It's not decentralized. It completely removes the idea of validators voting on consensus. It's not fair, in my opinion, to see these funds go to 9 people to then decide what they think is best, because it doesn't work like that. From where I'm sitting anyway, I don't know how the community feels, but what I don't want to see is this create a divide, because this, from where I'm sitting, this is exactly what's wanted. We are much, much easier when someone can divide us and use us against each other. This is the most least resistive route. Everybody can see the funds, everybody knows where it's going, and everybody will see the work that is being done for people. Otherwise, we'll have people sat there eating Doritos and drinking cans of Pepsi. It's, you know, it's inevitable. It's one of those ones. We can't be paying people to tell other people what they can and can't work on. That's not decentralized. That is centralizing all the power and all the decision making as to what gets worked on. It's not healthy, and it's not what Luna Classic is, and it's definitely not what I stand for here. And that's why I'm being very outspoken now on this, and actually, you know, putting out an idea which is completely different, you know, because I can quite easily tag all of the exact same people in this, and not, I don't need to go to them with my idea to, you know, think that maybe these are the people that should do it, because I'm not making them sign anything or agree to anything. But anybody can put people on a thing, and the way it works is each one of these people that have signed on the understanding that if they didn't, someone else would. So more or less have been forced down a path of where they don't really have a choice. You know, basically what it is, someone's found $4.16 million worth of assets, and all I can say to that person is appreciate that, thank you, and we'll get these allocated out to the 3 pools so the community, validators and devs can prosper from it. The future of this blockchain is not built around devs. The future is built around the whole community, everything and everyone. And becoming a tyrant, becoming power hungry seems to be this thing. Utility use cases just not being spoken about. When do any of these people ever speak about all these awesome projects? You know, Starship have launched, you know, a use case for Luna Classic. There's so many different things going on. Floki Inu, they've been reaching out, wanting to kind of pitch in here and there. And the way I look at things is the more people that are talking about us and the utility use cases and things like that, the more we're going to incentivize people to come over and use the utility use cases. So we're going to be doing a video today on how to pretty much buy stuff on Exodus, what wallets you can connect and things like that. So we'll be getting onto that. I'll leave a link in the description to this if anybody wants to take this, and we'll put it on our validator server so you can just download it from there. I'll get that up and I'll put the link into the description a little bit later on if it's not there straight away. And I'll also post this on Twitter, because I do believe this to be the most least resistive route. It's either that or just burn the whole lot. Burn the 4.16 million worth of off-chain assets, which is mostly AVAX anyway, and just get rid of it. You know, just get rid of it. It's too much power for people to have, and it's causing a rift as to which people are striving now for power over the blockchain. It doesn't work like that. Why is there even validators if this is going to be put into place? It doesn't make any sense. It would make no sense for any governance proposals in the future if 9 people get to choose what is worked on and what isn't worked on, because it would be like playing, you know, a PlayStation game in the 90s, as to which you feel like you can go anywhere you want, but you can't. You're being forced down a route as to which the mission is taking you. So a little bit of food for thought there. And what I'm saying to you is my complete and utter honest opinion from where I'm sitting. I'm entitled to my own opinion, and, you know, I hope people are a bit more outspoken as well and don't just look at the top of it seeing, oh, $4.16 million of funding for devs. Oh yeah, let's definitely do it. Read into it. You know, this would mean we as a blockchain are responsible for those 9 people's legal battles with anything that they would do to do with Luna Classic, anything to do with that 4.16, we would then pay for it. Then they don't have to pay for it, we do. You need to read into these things, folks. I'm going to leave it on that. A little bit of food for thought. Stay safe out there. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll catch you in the next one.